Hi, my name is Angelica, and this is the Angelica Unfiltered channel where I talk about health, wellness, weight loss, but mostly fat acceptance. Today we are talking about that video.
They're trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us.
Yeah, the one
Lots of stuff is really bad and it all comes from the same place.
with the Ozempic and the G side.
It's all white supremacy.
I know a few people have covered this topic, and I haven't watched their videos yet, so I want to talk about this video because a few of you have requested it, but also I want to be able to see what other people said. But I need to film my reaction first because I don't want to accidentally say the same things that other people did. And I don't want the other videos to skew my opinion, even though I'm sure I have the exact same opinion, if not more harsh. And I just want to disclaim, for some reason I've just been so pissy the last couple days, and I feel like that is probably going to make this reaction a little bit more harsh. My husband and I are going to be moving soon. That's why there's no eyeballs on the wall. Hopefully you guys won't miss that too much, even though you probably never even noticed that they were there. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I restocked the amethyst toggle necklaces in silver and gold. And I forgot to put these on before I was filming. I was too busy trying to figure out how to connect my camera again. But I launched these matching huggy hoops with the amethyst toggle necklace in silver. They were previously only available in gold. So here's what those look like on. And then I also restocked the Cosmic Candy necklace, which is also available in silver and gold. Since we're moving, I want to try and get rid of as much product as possible. So if you want, you can use code MOVING to save 30% off for the next couple weeks. So let's get into this crazy video. Also, in case you didn't see on Instagram, if you don't follow me there, I usually just post up my stories. I'm 80 pounds down officially. If I can do it, you can too, bitch. I'm not special. Weight loss is possible for everyone, including this fat lady we will be watching now. So I'm trying to play with the format of this video, so hopefully you like seeing more of me. Usually I throw myself in the corner, and I'm gonna throw my glasses on even though they're very dirty. Alright, let's see what 𝒻𝒻𝒾𝓁𝓁𝓈 has to say. I haven't checked out her account since she's posted this video, so I don't know if she has retracted the statement or has removed this video or has even doubled down.
When are we gonna understand that it's all the same thing? I had somebody comment on my video the other day saying that Ozempic and these weight loss drugs are they're trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us.
See, it's like, where do you even get started when you hear some crazy shit like this? You know, I'll speak about America because I live in America and I've born and raised in America. 77% of the United States population of adults are overweight, 44% of them being obese. If the government terminated fat people like they were insects, that would take away most of the population. The government does not want to take fat people off this planet. In fact, they like to use fat people for their profits. Americans are fat because they eat too much hyper-processed, delicious food that is addicting, and then they get so fat that they get sick that they go to the doctor. And instead of changing their lifestyle around, then they get put on Sochi and Pablo have awoken from their nap. Say hi, Sochis. We already need a cute dog break. This video is already atrocious. Just a beautiful little girl and her beautiful mommy. My angel, my angel. Sorry, back to our regular programming. So, here in America, you get addicted to delicious, hyper-processed food. Then you get fat, then you get sick, then you get prescribed pills instead of doing anything about your unhealthy lifestyle or the poisonous food that you're eating. And then you keep spending all of your money on food and pills and medical bills. Fat people are cash cows. Ozempic is being pushed so much because pharmaceutical companies want to make money. If you ever are questioning the motivation of something, just look at the money trail.
When are we gonna understand that it's all the same thing? I had somebody comment on my video the other day saying that Ozempic and these weight loss drugs are they're trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us.
Ozempic is not trying to exterminate fat people. It is trying to exterminate fatness. It's two different things. They want to get rid of your body fat. But because people in the fat acceptance community make fatness their personality, they take it as a threat to their existence.
And somebody commented and said, how dare you use the same language about this that is used about what's happening in the Middle East?
You know, she had some time to think this over. Someone in our comments said, how dare you compare companies pushing weight loss medications to the Middle East? You know, she had some time to sit on that, to think about that, to ponder that, maybe to have a conversation or two with some friends or family members, and she still decided to post this. When people are in fat acceptance, fatness becomes a part of their personality. But unlike other aspects of a human being, you know, like where they are born and raised, where their ancestors are from, their gender, their ethnicity, you know, things that actually have a culture. You know, people identify with their culture and where they come from. But fatness is literally adipose tissue. There is no culture around fatness. There are not neighborhoods that specific people live in. You know, there's not a fat neighborhood in Chicago, but there is definitely like Ukrainian or Mexican neighborhoods. Like there are certain streets where a specific demographic lives, like the Gaza Strip, that can be attacked. There is no fat culture in the sense like with different nationalities, Mexican, Canadian, British, etc., where they have specific cultural accommodations. I'm not saying that word right. Like specific holidays, cuisines, music, you know. Fatness is just your fucking tissue because you ate too much. It is not a central part of who you are. Fatness is literally just your weight. It's not cultural. It's not, and it shouldn't be part of your identity. Fat people are not being gathered up in trucks and being dragged to concentration camps and put in gas chambers like Jewish people and other minorities. They are not being targeted and bombed and starved out like people that live on the Gaza Strip. There is literally just a fucking medication that helps people feel full so they don't continue to stuff their big fat belly like Homer Simpson with pink sprinkle donuts. That's just what the medication is. Okay? Like, it's literally not that deep. They act like the companies that are selling Wegovy or Ozempic are literally like hiding in a tree waiting for them to walk past and blow like a fucking dart at them with a GLP-1. Like they're trying to sedate an elephant or attack them with a poison dart. When people in the fat acceptance community don't have their weight to base their personality off of, they are a shell of a human being. That is why when so many people leave fat acceptance, myself included, they almost have a identity crisis because they don't know who they no longer are when they are not in a community of other toxic people fueling each other's disordered eating and mental health issues.
It's all the same thing. And that isn't to obviously discount what's happening. It's
obviously not to discount the people that are getting fucking bombed, the people that are being starved, people that come from ancestries that ended this generation. No, I'm not comparing it to that. Don't worry about that. Are you listening to yourself speak? I don't think so.
Really bad. Lots of stuff is really bad, and it all
you know, lots of stuff is really bad, like the fact that I have to buy 2 plane seats to go visit my mom back home in Kansas. That is not the same amount of struggle. You have made yourself fucking fat, while these people are complete victims in their circumstances. They cannot control a fucking thing that happens to them.
comes from the same place.
It all comes from the same place. White supremacy. No. Weight loss is not fat phobic, and fat phobia is not rooted in white supremacy, racism, misogyny, ableism, this, that, and the other. People want to lose weight so they don't get type 2 diabetes and have their phalanges chopped off. That's different than being bombed.
It's all white supremacy. It's all heteronormativity and
I'm over the identity politics. I really am.
capitalism. It's all this.
Oh, gotta throw in the capitalism. I mean, she's not wrong, but in terms of like Ozempic, because the pharmaceutical companies want to make as much money as possible, but it's different than what she's stating it is.
Same thing. Fat phobia is racism.
No, it's not. That's all just made up.
Racism is classism. Classism is racism.
Girl just downloaded TikTok and started repeating every single thing that everyone else has ever said. Nothing that she's saying is an original thought.
The way that the modern world has been created is with...
She low-key has crazy eyes. I mean, I know I have crazy eyes because I'm on Wellbutrin, but hers is a different type of crazy.
Capital and control as its guiding principles.
See, the one thing that really irks me about the fat acceptance community is that they don't understand how businesses run. As much as they love to bitch about capitalism, they absolutely know nothing about making money. When you start a business, you have to have a plan. And most businesses create a product or a service that people need. So when companies like Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, Weight Watchers, whatever, they start selling Ozempic or GLP-1s, Wegovy, whatever, they know that people want or need this medication. So they start selling it. And guess what? A lot of people fucking buy it. You could lose weight just by making some lifestyle changes, but a lot of people see the GLP-1s as a quick fix instead of, changing the way that they eat. I know some people change the way they eat, and we're not going to get into fucking nuance and semantics and stuff, but there was a hole in the market. There needed to be some sort of new fad diet, something new and exciting for fat people to buy, because they still want to eat horrible food, but want to lose weight. They want to be addicted to food, but they just want to eat a little bit less of it so they lose weight. And that is what has fueled the popularity of Ozempic. I know some people can use it for type 2 diabetes and PCOS and stuff like that, but I'm not talking about that. That is for the medical issues. When we're talking about capitalism, when we're talking about businesses making money, businesses do things to make money, to make profit. But for some reason, fat acceptance can't get that through their fucking thick skull. They should not be personally offended about GLP-1s or Ozempic. They should just look at it as a business decision. These people are selling medication to help people lose weight because people can't fucking lose weight on their own. Whether because they have this, that, and the other disorder, or because they are addicted to hyper-processed foods and don't have enough will to stop eating them by themselves. Same thing goes with the clothing companies that don't want to sell sizes up to a 7X. Fashion companies don't want to sell clothes up to a 7X because that's not going to make them money. Instead of thinking logically, instead of thinking with a business perspective, everyone in fat acceptance just thinks emotionally, speaks irrationally. Everything they do is fueled on emotions and not grounded in reality.
So when they're trying to whittle down every single fat person,
which is 77% of the U.S. population,
they're so excited that they found a drug that makes it so we don't exist anymore.
So is LASIK eye surgery trying to exterminate the population of people that have a hard time seeing? Ozempic and GLP-1s are made to help people lose weight, the same way that LASIK eye surgery helps people see. That is not eugenics. That is trying to better people's life.
And again, not to devalue any of these things.
Not to devaluing a whole ethnicity being taken off of the planet.
But like being fat is just like literally as horrible.
This is on the World Wide Web for everyone to see. Incredible.
consider them all very important.
What is happening on the Gaza Strip is very important to me. I have my Fatties for Free Palestine t-shirt in the wash right now because I wore it 7 days straight.
If tomorrow they released a drug that said, okay, we cured blackness.
See, it's just always fat white ladies talking about this. And you know, I get it. I also used to be one of these morons that went on the internet and said a bunch of offensive shit, but please just read the fucking room. You're a fat white lady in a first world country. You have the privilege to eat yourself to, I don't know, she looks like she could be 300 pounds. I haven't seen her whole body. You are a big fat white lady that lives in America that is speaking about how hard you have it. I mean, I know the privilege conversation can kind of get annoying, but it's like, you would not even have the fucking right to make this video if you lived in other countries. You have the freedom of speech here in America. You're a white woman in America. You're a fat white woman. And if you are fat, you have to be spending a lot of money on food, whether that because you actually have that money or because you're racking up the credit card debt to spend on that money. You also have a nice looking house. You also have, obviously, working electricity and Wi-Fi or phone service. Please continue to tell me how you have it just as bad as people that are actually dying. Kim, there are people out here dying.
Kim, there's people that are dying.
If you just take this pill, you can be white. And then
Just stop bringing race into it. If people in the fat acceptance community could not talk about BIPOC people, specifically black people, or gender, or sexuality, or being disabled, they would have like literally nothing to talk about because they co-opt the struggles of people in those communities.
problem will be fixed. The blackness wasn't the problem. The problem was the system that ever made anyone think they needed to be anything other than what they are.
And what does that have to do with being morbidly obese, ma'am? People come out of their mom's vagina with their skin color. You had to eat yourself to being obese. That was a choice. Whether that was strategic or not, that was your doing. No one gets to pick the color of their skin. It's not Sims.
It's radical acceptance versus stringent rules. And the only way that you get to live a good life of comfort and privilege is if you submit to us and you change who you are. The genetics you were given aren't
Your genetics did not make you 300 pounds. The food did.
good enough. It's all the same thing.
It's literally separate fucking issues. But people in the fat acceptance community are so fucking delusional. They're so delusional. Their head is somehow in the clouds in space, but also so far up their own fucking ass that they don't understand that their issues are different. I don't give a fuck if you grew up fat, and that is why you're fat now as an adult. It is your responsibility to lose weight and get healthy. You know, according to Aubrey Gordon and Tess Holliday and every other dumb idiot in the fat acceptance community, there's 4,000 reasons why someone is fat. But guess what? I don't fucking care. You made yourself fat the same way that I color my hair and get tattoos. Those are different things than race or having a disability or being gay. Different issues. But somehow in the fat acceptance community, they all correlate.
I don't like to get preachy.
I don't like to get preachy, but I'm having a narcissistic episode where I need to talk about why I'm right. I need to go on a manic rant with my crazy eyes right now because I just BINGE'd so hard. The button on my 28 Torrid jeans just fucking popped and broke the glass in my window. And I'm having a hard time mentally dealing with that. So I'm going to go on the internet and talk about how horrible my life is. Yep. That's what we're doing here.
On the internet, or like I try not to have this like smug affect.
Like, she thinks she did something so good. Like, just the aura. She's tainted.
That so many influencers do. And so I hope this doesn't come off that way, but I just want people to understand, like, that.
To understand what? That you have no critical thinking skills? You want everyone on the internet to know that you're fucking dumb? You want everyone on the internet to know that you are so wrapped up in some sort of toxic internal cycle that you think your life is as bad as people being fucking bombed.
Intersectionality of this is all one big problem with the same roots and problems. And the system.
See, if you like asked her to go into detail about literally anything she's talked about in this video, she'd be like, rooted in racism and capitalism and misogyny. And then if you're like, okay, well, like, where did that come from? You know, if you were just like a toddler and you kept saying why to every single thing she said, she wouldn't even have an answer. Because she is just regurgitating everything else every other dipshit member of the fat acceptance community has said.
Of oppression, the interwoven systems of oppression.
The interwoven systems of oppression.
Like, do you actually know what you're talking about, ma'am? Do you actually know what you're talking about?
They want us to believe that they're different things. We can't build a coalition to do something about it.
No one is building a coalition with you. Palestinians are not going to be able to build a coalition with you to fight against fat phobia because they're dead or they're starving and have no access to the internet. So please, again, tell me how horrible your life is. The blinks. Oh my god, this bitch is fucking crazy. Don't say bitch. You have internalized misogyny. Fuck you, bitch.
And it feels like now is an important time to get straight on that.
I'm so glad that you are talking about this right now in this space and time, because since everyone has a telephone and access to the internet, you know, most of us, you posted this masterpiece on social media for all of us to see. Wonderful work.
Yes?
She really thought she ate. She really thought she fucking ate. This is probably not politically correct, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Sometimes I literally feel like people in the fat acceptance community have some sort of paranoid schizophrenia, the way that they talk. First of all, that lady looks off her rockers. But like, I'm serious, like, this, to be so delusional, to be so out of touch with reality is honestly scary. I know she kept being like, I know this isn't the same thing. Girl, please. You're not fooling anyone. You think it's literally just as bad. I don't care how many times you've tried to clarify. And then they become so obsessive with the way that they look, and then they get so paranoid, whether it's them actually thinking that they're going to be terminated off this earth, or if because they are so paranoid and wrapped up in their own thoughts that they think that people are always thinking about them. You know, like, oh, everyone's looking at my fat rolls. Oh, people are treating me different because I'm fat. Everyone hates fat people because the motorized scooters at Walmart aren't charged and they don't want fat people to be able to shop. Like, the things that they come up with are, they just leave me, quite frankly, they leave me speechless. They are so creative, otherworldly. Like, there has to be some sort of being that helps them come up with these thoughts. I just get so passionate when I film these videos because at one point in time, I was also someone on the internet, unfortunately in the fat acceptance community, saying a bunch of offensive shit. Luckily, I didn't say as offensive shit as this. You know, I think my most offensive video was me talking about fat phobia versus internalized fat phobia versus racism versus internalized racism, which I have talked about in my videos where I reacted to my old fat acceptance content. But I hope now, since I'm out of the fat acceptance community and I have reacted to my own horse shit opinions, as well as the dumb shit that people in the fat acceptance community still say online, I hope that what I'm doing now, like, undoes what I did in the past, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I have survivor's guilt, kind of. And I also get so upset because there are people out there that agree with her, but then also when some people see videos like that, it just sucks them into fat acceptance, you know? If you are fat and if you are struggling with losing weight and you have low self-esteem, that is the ideal fat acceptance new recruit. If you are so deluded, if you are so mentally ill, that if you see a video like hers and you think, yeah, that's why my life sucks so bad as a fat person. It's because everything in the world sucks and everything is rooted in white supremacy and capitalism and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, my life is hard, just like the people that are being terminated for this, that, and the other, you know, depending on what sort of atrocity we're talking about in human history or what's happening now. Videos like this reinforce the delusions that other people in the fat acceptance community believe. Like Jessica Torres, when she said that when you lose weight, you become the oppressor.
You went from being the oppressed to being the oppressor. And you're okay with that.
People just actually believe this. And as much as we laugh and we make jokes about the people in the fat acceptance community, it's sad that people actually fucking believe these things. People agree with what these moron content creators put on the internet. Myself in the past included. And until people in the fat acceptance community either get bitched out by someone in their real life who is offended by the crazy videos that they post on TikTok, or somehow miraculously improve their mental health, they're not going to be able to understand that what they are saying is clinically insane. Should we go see if she has posted anything else? Here's her horrible take.
Ever since I started growing a little following on here, I've started amassing little comment warriors who will stay in my comments when I'm being willfully misunderstood on the internet.
Oh, so that's why we didn't understand your last video, because you're a willfully misunderstood. You were just, so you were just misunderstood in the last video. It's not because you're a fucking moron. That's why, okay. Just want to make sure that's correct. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I want to have this.
And they will reply to the assholes who are taking my point the wrong way and just being so dense on purpose, who are bean souping me. And they will
bean souping me. That's when someone posts a recipe for bean soup and someone's like, I don't like beans. What other things should I put in the recipe instead? It's like, go have another fucking recipe. But no one is bean souping you. They're telling you you're a fucking moron. They're telling you that you're offensive. They're telling you that you are so chronically online that you can't understand why you are incorrect.
Respond to all of them for me. They will respond with books for the uneducated commenters to read. They will insult them on my behalf. These people are the most important people on the internet. They are warriors for good.
Oh my god, is she talking about me? I'm probably one of these people.
For truth, for information. And I love them. And I want to kiss them all on the forehead. And I want to buy them donuts for breakfast. And I love them.
I don't want a donut for breakfast. I want something high protein.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for all you do. You make my life better when people are being mean to me.
Please, I need to know if your last post was satire. You suggested black people would choose to be cured by becoming white. You have no business talking about oppression at all, if that is your understanding. You weren't misunderstood. What you said was so extremely offensive, and we deserve an apology. Very well said. She has doubled down. She has the fat phobia books. She has the fat acceptance textbooks right here on the screen.
Okay, this is the only follow-up video I'm going to make to the video I made a couple days ago. I'm getting skewered by a lot of people in the comments. There are a lot of people also agreeing with me, okay?
Who are also morons.
I said that fat phobia is racism and that classism is racism, and you guys got really mad. And that's okay, because you don't know what you don't know.
I feel like there's like a meme of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, okay.
Or like something similar to that. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
And fat phobia and racism is so deeply rooted in you that you're not able to hear what I'm saying.
And McKenna, is so enlightened. She has no fat phobia. She is not racist. She believes in no stereotypes. She is completely unbiased. She is holier than thou. McKenna is a perfect human being.
I'm going to try to say it a different way. Fat phobia would not exist without racism.
If people in the fat acceptance community weren't allowed to talk about racism, classism, ableism, misogyny, whatever, they would have literally no fucking argument. They would have no argument. You're a big fat fucking white lady on the internet. What does racism have to do with you at all? Besides you being fucking racist and saying that black people would take a pill to be cured and become white.
Racism is the foundation upon which fat phobia rests. If I want fat liberation, which I do.
What rights do fat people not have? I'm waiting. Exactly. There has been no laws put in place that have discriminated against fat people. But there have been laws that have stopped people of color and women from voting, or, black people used to be segregated. Some people would argue that they still are because of redlining policies. I think it was literally just the 50-year anniversary of women being able to have their own debit and credit card without having their husband or dad be on those accounts with them. When has a fat person been discriminated against? Please tell me. And don't tell me about that fucking Lyft driver. That's not fat phobia. That's caring about someone's vehicle.
I am going to be best utilized as an activist.
An activist. She's putting her life down on the line to stand up for the rights of fat people who have been wronged, who have been discriminated against, who have lost their lives unjustly.
Working against racism. Because what I care about is reducing the root cause.
So that should really start in the kitchen. If you're so concerned with being fat, then you should either sew your mouth shut with some wire. You can either put a lock on your fridge. You can delete the Uber Eats and DoorDash apps. There's lots of things that you can do to get down to the root cause of you being fucking fat.
I am not experiencing racism the way a black person would, obviously.
Correct, because you're a big fat white lady.
I am not experiencing extermination the way people in the Middle East are.
But I thought fat people are being genocided.
By the way, somebody said, we can tell that you're saying Middle East because that tells us your stance. No, that's a genocide, okay? We know that that's a genocide. Don't be stupid. And don't act like I don't know that.
Well, to be fair, you seem pretty ignorant, so.
Don't act like I don't know that widespread Ozempic use isn't the same thing as a fucking genocide.
Well, you literally compared the two.
I didn't think I had to say that out loud because I assumed y'all were smart enough to know.
God damn!
When you make a video talking about how horrible your life is, when you're talking about how Ozempic is being created to terminate fat people, and then talk about what's happening in the Middle East, it seems like you are comparing the two. Hate to break it to you.
Anyway, I really encourage you to read Fearing the Black Body and
Have you read it? No one in the fucking fat acceptance community has read these books. Samira is proof of that. She literally went to Barnes and Noble to go pick up the books when she was fighting Cardi B.
Well, I'm going to offer you a few books that I recommend for you to understand why fat phobia is something so serious and something that should not be taken lightly and something that should not be joked about.
People in the fat acceptance community are like, hey, look at all these resources you can educate yourself on. But I didn't read them. But you need to read them because you've internalized fat phobia that you need to deal with.
The Beast. I really want you guys reading and using your brains to think about these things. If my video made you mad, you clearly care about this subject enough to get riled up.
True. I care about this subject because the shit that she is saying online continues to fuel the delusions of other people that are in the fat acceptance community.
And if I'm not the messenger for you to get your thoughts where they need to be.
Where do they need to be? Up your ass? With your head? No, thank you. No, thank you. My head is fine and my ass right where it is.
This political moment, block me. I don't care. But clearly, it hit a nerve. I really want you to go read these things, okay?
Clearly, you haven't fucking read them because you have to post little bitty pictures of them on the screen. You don't have them in your hand. At least I have Tess Holliday's book. At least I have Aubrey Gordon's book. Well, I'm renting Aubrey Gordon's book from the library, which I do need to extend my checkout. I think it's due back tomorrow. And I'm still trying to write my summary. I don't know how to write summaries without including every single word in the book, because everything that Aubrey Gordon says makes me cackle because she sounds like a fucking clown.
What matters is that we are in a scary political moment where oppression of all types, these interwoven systems of oppression.
I feel like her nose ring needs to be further down. Looks kind of like it's in a weird space.
Stronger and stronger, and people are complying in advance. If you take Ozempic for your health, I'm so happy for you.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No one that is a fat activist is happy that anyone takes Ozempic, even if it is for health. Even if someone is 400 fucking pounds and can't touch their toes because their fupa goes down to their knee, they won't say it, but they are pissed that that person is taking Ozempic because they're jealous. They are jealous because they want to lose weight, but they have mental issues and they can't.
Whatever you need to do, girl. As an individual, you get to do whatever you get to do. But
I'm gonna have a fucking opinion about it, okay?
Zooming out and looking in the macro lens, right?
We're gonna zoom out in the macro lens and look at these pharmaceutical companies, which are for-profit businesses that want to make money, okay? We're zooming out.
I'm looking at the trends of what's happening in the world.
The trends of what's happening in this world. People are getting fatter. Actually, I saw the statistic when I was trying to do some research for my Aubrey Gordon video. There are almost double the amount of people struggling with obesity than people that are going malnourished or underweight. 77% of the adult population in the United States is overweight, and we're only getting fatter. Yes, we are. And as much as the American economy thrives on the cash cows that are obese people in this country, if they all croak at an early age, that is going to plummet the economy because they're not going to have any more worker bees. They're not going to have any more consumers. So they got to have a balance. Prescribing people medication for money so they lose weight, so they don't die, but also fueling their bad habits. It's a little scale.
What I'm seeing is that it's easier and easier for people who want just to lose weight, not to increase their health.
Everyone in this country is fucking fat.
Having adipose tissue is bad for you, but you're fucking stupid and deny science. Obesity is a disease that is a risk factor for many other disorders and diseases, but you don't live in reality, so you don't believe that it's true. Most of the time, losing weight benefits people's health. We don't have an underweight, we don't have a healthy weight epidemic, we have an obesity epidemic.
To take Ozempic. And that the goal of these big pharma companies is to make money off of you.
Correct.
And make you more palatable to the state.
They don't care about what you look like. They want your money.
By becoming thin. Because all...
By becoming thin. Not a healthy weight, not normal, stick thin, fucking Bella Hadid. It's never just normal. It's thin, it's skinny. What about normal? What about healthy? Oh, that doesn't exist because it's black and white thinking of fat acceptance.
This white supremacy wants you to be thinner. White.
It really doesn't care. It doesn't care. I promise you. It just wants your money.
Thinner, whiter, straighter, less queer, more...
Oh my god. All right, let's get the identity politics script going.
Subservient, more submissive. Also, you know who it's really easy to beat down physically?
Disabled people.
With force? Weak, thin people who don't eat.
Oh my god. I thought she was gonna use the ableism argument. Did you know that people can just be healthy? The government and the general population don't want, I don't know, how many people are even in America? 400,000 Gwyneth Paltrows. I promise you, they just want people to be a healthy weight. People want to eat food. They can eat healthy food and still lose weight and live fulfilling lives and have long careers and have a healthy, fun, joyous family. Capitalism, white supremacy, the United States government, beauty standards, misogyny doesn't want a bunch of walking skeletons in the land of the brave. These people that are trying to lose weight just want to be healthy. Not everyone is trying to start their supermodel career. I want to lose weight so I don't have a big fucking saggy belly, but also because I'd like to have kids someday, and it's very dangerous to be obese and pregnant for me, but also for my future children. Like, it's, I don't know how people can like miss the point so far. It's amazing actually. It's just crazy how much stupider people get every single day.
Me being fat every day, me being strong,
is an act of resilience. Bitch, no, that's self-harm.
I'm fighting back, bitch.
Wow. So resilient. Such a rebel girl.
Hope you fight back too.
Hell yeah. Fat liberation.
What I realize is that everyone who was mad at me in those comments, we all care about the same thing. And that's awesome. We're starting from a great place. But what we need to be able to do is link arms and see that we all have the same enemy of white supremacy. And that the first place we can fight it, right here in the brain.
You can't because you clearly don't have a fucking brain in your skull. I don't know if someone snuck into your apartment and cracked open your noggin and stole it, but there's clearly not one in your head. I don't know what's going on there, but I think you should get it checked out. Maybe get an x-ray or an MRI. Not sure which one is used for brains, but you should get, you should definitely go to the doctor and see what's going on up there. I don't know if maybe it's your brain's just so small and that's why you're dumb, or if it just was completely removed from your body.
Okay? When somebody comes up with a thought that is well-meaning, there's no way you could watch my video and act like I wasn't well-meaning, right?
It sounds like Jojo Siwa.
I care. When somebody speaks to you slowly and well-meaningly.
When someone talks to you like this with a condescending manner,
it's important not to immediately call them a big fat whale who needs to get in the gym.
Oh, I didn't say that, but I said pretty similar stuff.
Any other type of insult, fat phobic or not. It's important for you to listen and then decide what you think.
I don't need to listen to you to know what I think, because I know you're a fucking basket case.
Rather than immediately hopping on everyone who most of you agreed we were saying the same thing, you just didn't like how I said it.
No, a lot of people didn't agree with you at all, actually.
I don't care that you didn't like how I said it. A lot of people did. If you would like to say it in a different way, I hope that you do, because what matters is that we're talking about this enough that we all have in our minds that white supremacy is the ultimate bad guy and the ultimate enemy.
I bet she could not elaborate on that thought at all.
And when we can all hold hands and fight against the same enemy, we get to a better place. I really can't believe y'all took that the way you took it. So many people in the comments were like, oh, this white bitch just wants to center herself. She thinks she's experiencing racism.
Yep, just like every other person in the fat acceptance community.
Ozempic is the same thing as a genocide.
She has a really thick neck.
Why would I think that?
Because you posted a video talking about it like that.
That's insane. And for you to assume that that's what I thought, that means you're insane.
No, that's just watching your video.
I don't interact with people who think that way because it's insane.
No, because you only interact with people that fuel your own delusions and grandeur.
So sometimes I think we need to give people the benefit of the doubt, or at least listen to their argument in good faith. And if we decide that they weren't well-meaning, okay. My personal thing would be I would scroll past rather than like
No, you'd probably argue with them or make a video being passive-aggressive.
Angrily or making a stitch demeaning the original creator. But that's just me. Y'all act differently and that's fine. What I truly care about,
because she's better than you. She's better than me because I'm making this video and talking about her.
Is that you understand that white supremacy is the enemy. Also, I had people say, you can't speak about this. You're a white woman. That's the most important reason why I speak about it.
Because as a white woman, I'm privileged and more people will listen to me.
You're not going to get me to stop talking about racism and white supremacy because they don't need your voice right now. Yes, they do. While I am fat, I am also white. And people, unfortunately, listen to me. Not everyone, obviously. But some people will listen to me rather than my very intelligent black friends.
See, I can literally just predict what people in the fat acceptance community say because I'm psychic.
Do I think that's right? Absolutely not. Obviously. What matters...
She's using her privilege to do charity work.
...that I'm saying it the way I say it. So that maybe another white person who didn't realize that they weren't listening to black voice.
I cannot stand her fucking voice. She needs a cough drop. She sounds like she's been smoking cigarettes for 75 fucking years. She sounds like she should have a little hole in her throat.
Can hear, can understand.
Don't you? She's doing her middle finger at me.
It's important that we say this message in different ways. And y'all are so afraid of getting canceled or talking about race if you're not a person of color, or talking about these issues when they don't directly affect you.
Because you're equating your struggles to theirs, and that's why people are fucking mad.
It doesn't matter if they directly affect you or not. We all have to fight this big thing because they are all related and they all affect us. Racism means that when I walk down the street, people yell at me and call me a whale.
That's because you're fat. That's not because someone is racist.
That doesn't mean I'm getting racismed against.
That is not because I'm getting racismed against. I mean, damn, this is not a vocabulary channel, but she has a way of fucking putting words together that I've never heard before.
It means that the tendrils of white supremacy and racism and anti-blackness are everywhere.
What does someone calling you a whale have to do with white supremacy? Please tell me that. I need that answered immediately.
It actually does affect me, and it affects all of us because it's a disgusting system, and the entire foundation is slavery. And
you're a slave to fat acceptance. You're being mind controlled by a death cult.
And just the most heinous things you can think of. I get to talk about that. And it's crazy for you to act like I can't. And it's okay if you go elsewhere. But I hope you read the books. I hope you use your brain. And I hope you stop, like, just screaming on the internet.
What are you doing? You're fucking screaming on the internet.
Somebody says something that you don't understand. It's okay to listen to understand. And it's okay to approach things with good faith. If you consider yourself a leftist who cares about...
Oh my god. Now we got actual politics, not just identity politics.
...oppression and activism, I would humbly request that you take some time away from your phone.
Girl, I know you are chronically online because you are in fat acceptance. You need to go touch some grass.
And think through what I'm saying or another creator. It doesn't have to be me. You don't have to think I'm right or smart or wording things correctly. All anyone is asking of you is using that big thing between your ears.
Which you are missing.
Love you!
I'm sorry, I don't love you. I think you're a fucking moron.
I guess I forgot how much you guys hate us. I haven't...
Us? You mean 77% of the US population? That'd be a lot of self-hatred.
And the subject of much internet fat phobia in a while, maybe like a year. You guys, like, you hate us. You think we're lazy.
We are the same. I'm still obese. I have about 11 pounds to lose before I'm just overweight. I am you and you are me. We are fat because we ate too much. That's it. It's not that deep.
And unhealthy and stupid. You really think that?
You are unhealthy. This girl looks like she's gotta be fucking 300 pounds. Do we get a full body shot anywhere? Oh, she's doing stand-up. She looks kind of tall. I mean, she's definitely fucking overweight. Yeah. Sorry, girl, you're obese.
Was if you're fat and you don't like fat phobia, you gotta care about racism. And I got thousands of comments and stitches calling me like a dumb, fat, big, ugly whale. I have really thick skin, and
She's probably also big boned.
to put stuff out on the internet, so I expect a certain level of that. But you fucking hate us.
No, we hate the dumb shit that people in the fat acceptance community. We don't hate fat people. Because that'd be a lot of people to hate.
And you know, recession, Christianity's up.
See, like, she just drags in everything. Now she's got to talk about the fucking recession. What does that have to do with being fat?
I guess I should have known. But my spirit hurts. My soul hurts. I've been like weepy.
Why? Because you realize what people are saying is true? Maybe you're having a little bit of an ego death.
You guys fucking hate us. Because I was born with a bigger body than you. You fucking...
Oh, my. You were not born in a bigger body. You're not in a bigger body. You don't hop in a fat suit and zip it up every day when you wake up. You are fat as fuck because you eat too much. You're not born different. You're not unique. You're not a medical mystery. You don't have rare obesity genes. You're not an alien from a different fucking planet. You are fat because you ate too much. You are not big boned like Cartman from South Park. You ate yourself to the point of obesity. Like many of us.
hate us. So many people were like, just get out of McDonald's. What do you have to say with all that food in your fucking mouth? God, you guys fucking hate us.
Like, she's dragging on this video for so long.
Why? What is it? What is it about a person existing in a body?
You're not just existing. You are spreading misinformation on the internet. You are in fat acceptance and trying to wrap up more people into your shenanigans.
Just is a little softer than yours. And often it's other fat people. They'll go, girl, I'm fat. And I think that we are disgusting and deserve to die.
No one says that. No one says that. They said, I'm fat too, but what you're saying is offensive. That's what they said. No one is like, oh yeah, I'm fat too, but yeah, the stereotypes are right. I'm fucking smelly, lazy, and stupid. No one says that. Now you're just literally making shit up.
I just forgot how bad it is.
Oh my god, I'm surprised she can even walk down the street without being hate crimed. It is so dangerous for her to be out there talking about things like this.
And now my heart hurts.
You should get that checked out. Don't want you to go into cardiac arrest because you're obese.
And I hope you guys who are mean to me, I hope you stub your toe. And I hope that you want what you want for dinner. I hope they're out of it at the grocery store.
Well, I just picked up my groceries today and I got everything I needed. Thank you very much. She hasn't posted that much on TikTok, but we went through a handful of their videos. Thankfully, only a handful of them were about fat acceptance. Well, let me know what you thought about that. Let me know, what do you think is worse? Do you think fatties for Free Palestine is worse, or do you think equating Ozempic to genocide is worse? Let's debate down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video. And if you enjoy me, consider subscribing. Oh, fuck. I just hit 15K. Forgot that I was gonna announce a giveaway in this video. I'll do it in the next one, okay? So, stay tuned. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Peace.